Okay, well, today we're trying an experiment here. This experiment is based on these three doors, which came from my bathroom. In that bathroom, we're doing a remodel, and that remodel specifically has three doors that need to be replaced. I built these doors with my router jig set. I have a special router bit set that has, see, for each door they have what you call, there's rails, which are the cross members, and there's stiles, which go up and down. And you can't see it probably from there, but there's a little router jig that cuts this little curved detail right here at the same time as it cuts the groove for a panel. I was going to throw them out and start over, and I thought, why not try to salvage them by cutting along this line and then trying to pop it out so I could put a new panel in. The mistake I made was using MDF, and it was in the bathroom. So this is all made of wood, and it'll refinish fine. This here is made of MDF. So I've already kind of experimented a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Flip this around. Now, it cuts a groove that's about a ½ an inch in from, which is where this floating panel recessed sits inside of. So what I'm going to do, I've already tried one side, and I know about how far it is from the edge. I can visualize a ½ inch. If you were going to do this with, and you've never done this before, you'd probably, or I should say if you didn't do carpentry and you didn't have the eye for it, you definitely want to use a measuring tape. But regardless, using a straight edge is essential, and a sharp razor knife. And this is the most crucial thing about trying to remove a piece of wood. If you're going to use a razor knife, you need to score it first. There's just no way around it. It has to be scored. You go slowly, take your time. I'm always too hasty about that, and I end up working too fast and I screw something up or cut myself. All right, now that I got it in there, I can remove this piece. And what I'm going to do when I'm done here is fill this in with a new panel. Oh, there we go. I think we have success. So now I'm going to do the same thing on here. Let's do it this way. Okay, go across like this, carefully and slowly. Then a little bit harder. A little bit harder. And then some of the corners have to be, I could have done this with the table saw, but I thought it would be interesting to do an experiment to see if it even works, just using, my knife. So then I cut the caulking out. Boom. Let's see what we got. Are we going to have success or are we not? We'll find out pretty quick. I might have not got this deep enough. Alright. Oh, I see what's up. One more corner attached here. Boink. Okay. Go carefully. Take my time. Really no hurry here. And since I have to fill this in, I want to make sure that this is a pretty even and straight cut. Okay, now I'll flip it over. Make sure the caulking lines are all cut on the front. I need a new razor pretty quick, y'all. Okay, there we go. And boom. I say boom as if I knew this was going to happen. The truth is I've never done this before and it worked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these down all smooth, chip out the rest of this crap that's stuck in here, because I did glue it in. I always glue things in pretty well. Go carefully. I've cut myself really bad with a razor knife before. I do not recommend it. So always push against, away from yourself. just one of those things you learn over time. And you definitely don't want to screw up the wood, but I can do some caulking to repair that. No big deal. Here we go. Looks like this is all just caulking that I used to fill in the crack. Okay, I can do that later. Boom, there's one. Could actually put anything I wanted in there. Maybe some kind of a lattice or something would be cool. So now, I just have to do the other ones. So I don't need to explain it now. Let's talk philosophy. How's everybody doing today? Doing work like this keeps me distracted, keeps me entertained, but it's also something that I really need to do. Our bathroom has definitely needed some remodeling for a long time. And there's something to be said about cleaning up your act, cleaning up your house and redoing things that gives you a cleaner feeling in your mind, in your heart. The metaphor really carries itself over. Wow, that tip is toast. I hope I have the other side still. Nope. No. Looks like I might have to go find some more razor blades here. That sucks. Let's see what we can do though. Regardless. I should have clamps. That's what I should have. Oh, see? I got hasty. I got off track. There we go. Doing carpentry is good for the heart, the mind, and the soul. But I understand not everybody knows those skills. I was fortunate to be taught by some pretty cool people, some pretty talented people who kind of took me under their wing and showed me some of the tricks of the trade. And I kind of fell in love with it until I screwed my back up. But I still love it. It's just that I couldn't do the major lumber and hauling that I used to be able to do. Can't win them all though, right? It gave me time to think. Try starting another business. Try to really think about what it means to be alive. Give me a gratitude for my health, for the times when I do feel good, the times when I feel motivated, the times when I feel energized. But really that takes a lot of effort, a lot of effort. You have to force yourself sometimes. Like getting up and doing this bathroom, it's not something I wanted to do. I really like carpentry when I'm into it, but I really don't like doing construction, and that's a completely different thing. You see where we're at now here with this thing. Look at that. What do you know? Beautiful. I'm feeling very satisfied about this situation. I think this will be a good thing. Not only that, it'll save me hours and hours of finagling with my router to set up just to make the same design. Maybe it's laziness a little bit, but I don't think so. It's finding a better way. I've always been frugal. I've always tried to find a way to recycle things. And maybe that is because I've been broke a lot in my life, but there's more than that. We're just so wasteful, you know? As a species, we just throw so much shit away that we could use. I mean, at a point, yeah, you need to buy a new couch. It's time to move forward, but replacing your phone every year, that kind of thing, just blows my mind. People are willing to just... They think they need the latest and the greatest every year. Just, I don't understand it. I'm not knocking. Well, I am knocking. I'm knocking the ridiculousness of it. The people who, only make 50 grand a year, but buy a car that's worth 50 grand. Like, you're going to spend an entire fucking year's wage on an automobile? What are you, lunatic? But, who am I, right, to say? Well, I'm a guy who doesn't go into debt with, have several bankruptcies and fancy cars, and people might call that, well, people are just jealous of those who have nicer stuff. It's like, no, we just realized that it's really a stupid way to live. If the whole world lived the way Americans live, it'd just be preposterous. There's no way it could stand. We just can't survive. There's just not enough resources for everybody to be idiots. Here we go. Come on. There we go. But I'm grateful for what I do have, even though I know that I've had my own problems in life, my own shortcomings, my own opinions on the way I think things should be. And I'm probably just some old hippie carpenter dude who, has my own viewpoint, and I totally respect others, but some people have some stupid ideas about what life is. Treating others like crap, and this whole, hustle culture and go get 'em type attitude, and the cutthroat CEO mentality. It's just disgusting to me. It's just appalling. I mean, I can't even express how disgusting it is to me, the way that this society works. But when I sit back and do something like this, it reminds me of the simplicity of life. And look, at the very end, I made a mistake. Boom. This is how it always goes. You get too hasty at the last second, you screw something up. Now this piece, I think, yep, I screwed that. No, wait. I think that piece wasn't. Okay, it's just this one. But one little error. But it's okay because I can actually just putty that later. It's the inside of a bathroom cabinet. I'm not that concerned. So there it is, folks. 3 doors. And in the long run, I'll show you how I rip down the pieces to put in the center, sand them down, get them all looking nice. We'll move forward from there. Thanks for coming along. Hope you learned something. I sure did.